Well, welcome, ladies. You've been with us before. I'm so glad you're back. You're like quite the TikTokers lately.
That's right.
Yes, I'm just loving it. So show our listeners what you have for us today.
Excellent, excellent. Well, let me get started here by just saying thank you for having us, Linda. We really appreciate it. My name is Christina. This is Cindy. We are the co-founders of Adaptive Equipment and Caregiving Corner. We show people how to use adaptive equipment and stay safe in their home, wherever that may be, whether that's a house, an apartment, independent living, anything can be your home. Wherever you lay your hat is your home, right? So we have some devices today we're calling them bathroom aids. That's what they are. And so we're going to show you a few of the bathroom aids. Make sure, though, if you want to follow us, we're on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and our YouTube channel and
all of those. Yes, yeah. All the above. Yes.
Yes, you are out there.
We are out there.
Yes.
And Christina, you're going to put some links. Are you going to share some links?
Okay. Linda, is it okay if I share some links with you guys in the chat?
Sure.
Okay. All right. And as she's doing that here, I'm going to just tell you, like we said, we're going to go over some bathroom items. We're going to take a look at some safety things. Let me give Christina just a second to get those in the chat. What we're doing is putting a link in the chat here to a lot of the items that we're talking about today. You can also find them on our website at aecorner.com under featured products. Now, we don't sell items. Nope. We just try to recommend places to start for you to start looking for different things that might be beneficial.
And if you separate email me those links, I'll put it in the description for the conference.
Let's do that, Linda. Okay, it's not letting me do this.
Okay,
it's okay if we do it that way. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it'll make it easier. Okay.
Okay.
Let me get out of here. Ooh, I don't want that. We don't want to share, do we? Sharing is caring, though. Okay.
Okay. All right. So again, we're talking about bathroom items. So first thing that I like to address in a bathroom is usually the toilet height. A lot of times the toilet is too short for a lot of people, especially if you've been injured or you're weak. So some of the options that I like to suggest for the toilet height, first off, this is a very common item. This is a raised toilet seat. And as you can see here on the front, this has a clamping mechanism underneath here. These little ridges here go underneath the rim of the toilet. Now, this is pretty common. This will not be my very first choice, especially for long-term use of a toilet riser. This is safe, but you have to watch your adjustment. And if you lean too hard on one side or the other, this a little bit. So my next best choice for a toilet riser would be this one. This is actually my favorite one. This is a bolted toilet riser. And as you can see right here, this is where you put some bolts. This actually bolts to your toilet bowl and it goes under your current seat so that you don't have to sit on the hard plastic. So it has some handles. These handles adjust in width. One thing I do want to mention, when you are looking at bathroom items, make sure you are checking for measurements and specifications because these are hygiene products and a lot of times they will not let you return them. Especially, I mean, even sometimes even if the box has been opened. So make sure you're taking a look at the specifications on the different items for hygiene, bathroom, things like that. So this is a bolted toilet seat. I want to let people know too that they also make one that has a hinge. It can still be bolted to the toilet seat, but the seat here hinges up for hygiene purposes, so you can clean underneath the riser and on the toilet bowl. So that's always good for hygiene as well. Right. Another place you might want to check out before you kind of commit to something like this is check out your local lending closet. Go out online and see if you can find your local health equipment lending closet. And then lots of times they will loan it to you for free or low cost. So yeah, that's an excellent point, an excellent place to go try to look for something, because if anyone has looked for things for the bathroom, they know that Medicare and most insurance companies will not cover bathroom items, which is very unfortunate, but it is true. Now, a lot of people or a lot of our clients say, oh, well, my toilet is high enough. I've got the nice toilets, usually the ADA toilets that are 17 or 19 inches off the floor. That is super, and those are great. But just remember, if you've had about a weakness, if you've been in the hospital, if you've had surgery where you have a weight-bearing issue on one of your legs, you still need a place to push off with your hands. And that push off cannot include the toilet paper holder, the towel rack, anything like that.
Pedestal
because
sink.
The pedestal sink, because those things are a danger waiting to happen. So this is another item that I like in that case, when you have a toilet that is high enough, you just need hand placement. This again will bolt to your toilet, and then these front bars right here just rest on the front of the toilet, and this gives you a set of handles. So this is a nice item. Now there is another item that bolts just like this to the back of the toilet, but instead of these handles stopping here, they go straight down to the floor. So that's an option for handrails as well, if you have a toilet height that is appropriate or that you think is going to work for you. Now, the other option for toilets is a bedside commode. I do like that option as well, especially if you think about if you're having trouble at night. One of the most dangerous paths is between the bed and the bathroom. So number one, we're talking about lighting that path, but number two, we're talking about if you have to get up in a hurry, that increases your fall risk significantly. So a lot of times, if that's the situation, you have to really hurry initially, we recommend a bedside commode sitting at the bedside. But you can also then, during the day, take that bedside commode frame and put it over the toilet. So that can act as your toilet riser and your handhold. So just remember, when you get a bedside commode, now this is not as flush as it usually is, but a lot of times you'll get a bedside commode bucket and you will not see this little splash guard sitting down inside of it. A lot of people don't even recognize that they have this. This is a splash guard for when you use it over the commode or over the toilet. So what you do is, instead of the bucket, you take the bucket out, you drop the splash guard in, so it helps prevent splashing. So make sure if you have a bedside commode that you're watching for this, because you certainly should get this with the whole setup. Okay?
Ladies, can I make
Yeah.
a comment?
Absolutely.
So when my husband had to use a commode, it was very embarrassing. He didn't want to do it, and it was delivered. He looked at me and I looked at him, and we weren't happy. And he sat there for a few minutes. He said, "Linda, you know what I want you to do? I want you to put a plastic bag in there, and I want you to put about 3 inches of kitty litter in there."
Yes.
And it was so much easier to clean and take care of, and it was less embarrassing for him. Just a simple thing like
Yes.
that. That's my tip for
I love
today.
that, Linda. I forgot we talked about that. Yes,
Yeah.
that is wonderful. I love
Yeah.
that idea. Putting a kitty litter, just lining the bottom of it.
Mhm.
I mean, it takes care of a lot of different issues, I think,
Right.
that people might have, or stigma that people believe
Yeah.
comes along with it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. That's a wonderful idea. And I think they do make the sets of bags for those commode buckets, but the kitty litter is a great idea to
Mhm.
add to that.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Now, so that's kind of talking about the toilet. Now, what I'd like to do so that we make sure we get this in here is I want to show you all how to change. So we need your thing. So we're going to show you how to change a adult undergarment without actually having to take off the shoes and the pants in the process. So I'm going to have Christina sit up on this stool. Now, of course, this would not be appropriate for your loved one or your client, but just so that you guys can see what we're doing, I'm going to have her sit up here, and I want to show you how to change an adult brief or undergarment in that process. Now, hang on, we're having some little technical difficulties with putting on. Yes, please be careful. The other thing that I want to make sure that we all know, and I'm sure a lot of you do this, but when you are changing these, don't forget that this brief will rip. So you can rip the side, okay, and you can rip the other side. And when you take this off, if you have your loved one in standing, when you begin to rip it and you take it off, make sure that you are coming backwards with the brief, especially if it's soiled. So you want to take the front side and come backwards, okay? Does that make sense, Linda? Am I making sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. hang on just a second. We're getting these slacks.
Getting
on.
dressed.
Getting dressed here. Okay. Okay.
What we do for our caregivers.
That's right.
No, we love them so much.
That's right.
Yes.
So if you have a brief on your loved one, before they sit down, of course, you're going to rip the sides and you're going to take that off. Now, again, you know, you have to, it depends on what's happened. And if it's soiled, you have to take a little bit more care and caution. And you always want to make sure that you're cleaning the skin. But once they're in a seated position, as long as the rest of the clothing is not soiled, if you have them sitting, what you're going to do is you're going to take the brief, okay? So I've got her right side here. I'm going to take the right side of the brief, the opening in the leg, and I'm going to put this right around her foot. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to take the left side of the brief, and I'm starting it up the pant leg right here, okay? I'm going to bring this pant leg right down here, and I'm coming through the top, all right, through the top of the pant. Okay, we're going to grab the brief. Here's the brief. Here's the left side of the brief. Okay, now I'm coming down through the other side. Okay, and then up through that leg. So I'm, oops, there we go. And I'm grabbing the brief again. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to bring this over this shoe, just like this. Okay, now I've got my brief on. Then we're going to go get that right here. Just go ahead and put your feet here for a second. I'm going to go right here. Grab that. Do not let me pull you off. That would not be a good showing if I pull my client off of the stool. Okay. And then, whoops, what did I do here? There we go. So we've got the brief right here. It comes up, and then the pants come up. Okay, so again, you wouldn't be sitting on a stool like this.
No.
They're going to be sitting in a chair. You may want a lower stool, but that will save you taking off everything. You know, taking everything off and then having to put the brief on and then putting the pants back on. Okay. Now, Christina.
Someone just said I'm going to try this with my 3-year-old.
That's a good idea.
That is a great
That's
idea.
a perfect idea. Absolutely. I didn't even think about that. You want to rip those off?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, here's the ripping. You just rip the sides. Okay. All right, now, the other thing we wanted to show you, turn this direction, okay, and come closer to the camera. So another problem in the bathroom is if someone goes in, if you sit down on the toilet and you lose your slacks or your pants down to the floor, it is a high fall risk to actually kind of lean over and grab those slacks off the floor. So if your loved one is having that trouble, you can get something as simple as this. These are 2 just badge clips. And then this is just a hair tie from Walmart, just a bungee hair tie. And what you do is you clip one side to the pants and one side to the shirt. So now when they go to the restroom and they bring their pants down, they're not going to fall to the floor. Okay, so they'll still have a hold of them so that they don't have to bend over and reach down and pick those pants up off
Decreases the risk of falling.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what? That's brilliant too, and especially if you're like in a public place.
Yes.
You can't fall down on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I hate that anyhow.
Yeah.
So
For sanitary reasons. Yeah, that's an excellent point too.
And it can be a bungee like that, or it can be one of those like retractable badge clip things that'll work too. So anything like that will help with that as well.
So you're becoming creators now too, huh?
Yes. Now I'll have to admit, I did not get that. That wasn't my idea. I learned that from a client, and I'm going to give the changing of the brief kudos to our CNAs. You know what? We learned so much from with our CNAs. Those are some good people.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, let's take a look at. We wanted to show you this item here. This is called a quick change wrap. Okay, now this is, I don't know if it's a fairly new item, but it is something new to us, actually. We saw this at the Abilities Expo last year, and this is a male incontinence product. So basically, it's used
Kind of like a
Over-
funnel.
Yeah,
So
kind of
what
like a
it-
funnel.
So it's meant for men that are bed bound or wheelchair bound, to help keep, so instead of having to wear the briefs
Mhm.
and that it takes the urine away from in between the legs. So this kind of
Right.
acts like a funnel.
Yeah, so it's put on kind of this way.
Yeah. So it's
Okay, in
put-
an upward position
Yeah.
like this. But these are available now in Walmart.
Yeah.
In a lot of states.
So
So
Medicaid is in some of the states, Medicaid is covering them.
yeah, so this is a product
Wow.
that is it's well worth looking into, certainly.
I read online that it can hold up to 500 cc's, which is just over 2 cups of fluid.
Wow.
Yeah, that's real. I mean, that's going to give the caregiver some peace of mind at night, especially if you're concerned about skin breakdown. It's very absorbent and it keeps the urine from spilling in between the legs, causing skin integrity issues.
Yeah.
It's caught right as soon as the urine is expelled. So
Perfect.
All right. Now, I don't have right with me, but I want to just talk about, again, we were talking about motion sensor lights. That path between the bedroom and the bathroom is very, very dangerous if it's not well lit. The other thing that I want to talk about is a motion sensor light. And the reason this is going to sound a little bit goofy, but I don't have it because we've used it in the toilet, but there is a toilet bowl light, motion sensor light. And if you look out online, there are many different ones, but they change colors. And believe it or not, the toilet bowl light brings me joy. Because when I walk into the bathroom at night and that light comes on, I don't know, there's something funny about it to me. It makes me smile. It brings me joy. So check out toilet bowl lights.
Okay.
you can pick your color.
It is, you can.
Yeah, you can pick like 16 colors you could choose from. I mean,
It's weird, but it's just
cool.
like,
It really is.
and we put that out
crazy.
online
Yeah.
before, and some other gal was like, it makes me happy. And
It
it really,
does.
you ought,
Yeah.
it sounds crazy, but you ought to try it.
The littlest thing, yeah.
Okay, let's see. How are we doing on time? Let's go ahead and move to the shower items, and then
Okay.
if we have time, we'll circle
Okay,
back.
I'll
Okay.
switch you sides.
All right, so when you're talking about bathing, we're talking about, if you have a walk-in shower, that is super. We recommend a shower chair. If you're in there, you need some place to sit. If you have a tub shower combo, we usually recommend a bathtub bench. Now, can we pull this out just a second? I just want to show this just a second because it's amazing to me, but there are a lot of people that do not know what we're talking about. That do not know what we're talking about when we talk about a tub transfer bench. So I want to just show you this real quick. This is a tub transfer bench. It is a little bit bigger than a shower chair. And this, Christina, can you come here just a second? Sure will. This part right over here would sit outside the tub. Okay, so the edge of the tub is going to be here, and then the rest of this is inside the tub. So it allows you to sit down outside the tub, bring your legs over the side of the tub, and then scoot over. This is a big help in regards to safety and eliminating that stepping over the tub. Now, one of the issues that people have with the tub transfer bench is it does allow a little water on the floor because of this slit right here in the chair.
Okay.
We always recommend that you put a towel right below the tub there. We also have a video on our website to show you how to cut a shower curtain to help prevent some of that water getting onto the floor. And it's not a lot, but there is some that gets onto there. Of course, you always have to be careful. But we show you how to cut the shower curtain so that it slides right down in here.
Okay.
And then it will wrap around. So check that out, on our website as well.
Yeah, on our
Okay.
YouTube channel.
All right.
Because how many falls happen in the bathroom?
Oh, I'll tell you
A
what,
large majority.
it's hard to find statistics
Yeah.
that say, oh, that's the most definitive highest fall risk, but I think those statistics come to the top because there's a lot of injuries. There's a lot of hard things in the bathroom.
A lot of hard
Yeah.
surfaces.
Yeah.
in the bathroom,
So
that's
you
right.
there gets
And
there's
slippery, right?
yeah.
There's water
And,
everywhere.
and you're alone many times.
and you're
That's
alone.
true,
That's right. So I
Giggity.
think those statistics raise themselves up because of the injury rate that happens in the
Yeah.
bathroom. And speaking of injury rate, a lot of clients that I see, I'm still in home health. A lot of clients that I see, I'm amazed at the numbers when I ask about what are you doing for bathing, and I'm there to see them because they're having trouble with mobility, but yet they tell me they're getting all the way down in the bathtub. So my eyes, widen, and I say, you mean all the way down to the bottom of the bathtub? Yeah, I'm getting all the way down. So then
you're getting out?
That's right. So then our next question is, how in the world are you getting out? So we came across, some of the walk-in tubs. People are like, hey, I want that. Will insurance cover it? No, they typically don't. You're talking about $5,000 to $7,000 for something like that. But we came across this item. This is called Manga bath cushion. Okay. And this is like an inflatable tube, basically, but it's an inflatable chair.
A bunch of pillows
that fits down in the tub. It actually, you inflate it, you sit down on it, and then it lowers you into the tub all the way to the bottom. You can soak in the tub, and then when you're done, you can raise yourself back up. And the interesting thing about this is it is very lightweight. It's easy to travel with. It's easy to store. So that so I'm going to give that back to you. So that if you have more than one person using the bathroom, it's not like you're lifting a lot of big equipment in and out and, it's in the way. The other thing about that is we were surprised at the firmness of that cushion and the fact that it would allow me to sit down on the outside of the tub onto it and bring my legs over into it, lower myself in. And I did try it out, got my swimsuit, relaxed a little bit.
Linda,
I have to tell you, one of my caregivers saw the Tuesday tip I did where you demonstrated that, and her mother had not been bathing and kept avoiding bathing, and her mother always liked to take a bath. So when she saw that, she showed it to her mom, and she got it for her mom. And when her mom was lowered into the tub, she bawled like a baby. She was so happy to be in the tub. It wasn't that she didn't want to bathe. She was afraid.
Yeah, that's right.
And it comes down to quality of life. I mean, safety, yes, but there's a quality of life issue that addresses. So fantastic. Thank you for sharing that with us.
And especially if that is your piece, if that is the thing that brings you joy, and one of the things sometimes, then by golly, let's do it.
So it beats having to redo your whole bathroom. So
that's right.
Exactly.
All right, other thing we're going to show you here, this right here, if you are struggling or a loved one is struggling in the independence of drying themselves off after a bath or a shower, this is called the mobility towel. And this was made by Kathleen Quinn, and she made it because her mother could not grasp the towel and dry herself off. So that was kind of a dignity issue. Her mom had to wait for Kathleen to come over. So what she did was design this is a weighted towel, so we have a little bit of weight at the end here. Right across the middle, we have these nice big loops that you can put your hands through, or you can grasp very easily. And because of the weight of this towel, it allows you to use the weight to just kind of drop it and pull this up, like on your legs. You can drop it and pull it up a leg and dry off this way. If you have an issue with motion in your arms, you can kind of use the weight to bring the towel around to your back and use it this way to dry your back off. So there's all types of different things that you can do with this weighted towel.
It is machine washable and dryer.
Great.
And I did try this out too. I initially thought, I'm not sure that this is going to absorb well enough, and dry you off well enough. And I was wrong. It does. So very good product, the mobility towel. Okay. Now let's see. We talked about non-skid. Okay. So the other thing that I want to make sure that you take a look at is, and a lot of people are like, oh, I don't need that. But you need to watch the surface in the bottom of your shower or tub. So we're talking about anything that's non-skid, whether it's a rubber mat with suction cups on the back, whether you put these non-skid, we've got some non-skid adhesive strips here. Oops, I can't, there we go. Non-skid adhesive strips there for the bottom of the tub, anything like that, because the slick shower or slick tub, huge safety risk, especially when you're actually, if you are able to step in, it's still a safety risk when you take that first foot over the side of the tub and are stepping in to the shower.
And please don't rush.
Do not rush. Yes. The other thing too is a lot of people, I see many of these suction cup grab bars. I am seeing some improvement on those. I'm seeing some that actually give a little green or a little red, depending on the suction of each cup. It's a little dial or something like that that shows you when the cup releases, but you have to use extreme caution. Because you may check those once and they're just as tight as they can be, and then you may go to touch it again and it drops right off the wall.
Yeah.
So just be careful with those.
Yeah.
The other thing that we like to see in a shower is a handheld shower, first of all. So that's what this is too. And then this is an easy hold. This is what we consider this a universal cuff. So anybody that's having trouble with gripping or grasping, you can use this type. It's a silicone cuff, and you can put it on just about any object, and it allows you to help to hold. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a pencil, it's a toothbrush, it's a hairbrush. They have all kinds of shapes and sizes, and it allows you to be able to do those more functional things without having to grasp or grasp hard. Okay?
Oh, it gives me some dignity too.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
That's exactly right. Yeah. The other thing too that a lot of people have trouble with, and I'm just going to talk about this briefly. A lot of people don't like to talk about this, but if you have trouble cleaning yourself after toileting, sometimes, and if you do, I would strongly suggest that you get a referral to an occupational therapist, because that is a very that is a task that, you know, takes away your independence, takes away your dignity. Get a referral, but a lot of times some of the things that we will use, this is a long handled pair of tongs. Okay, they are rubber coated on the end, and you can use this in different ways to assist you in reaching your backside if you need to after toileting. Okay, so this is something that kind of has to be taught, but just know that those products are out there, and I would suggest, you know, getting some consultation on that. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I think, are we running close to time here, Linda? I think.
Yeah, you're great.
Just about what we've got. Yeah. Do you want to talk about this step to toe? Yeah, sometimes on stepping inside and outside the tub, a lot of times it's too high. A lot of people will get steps or a step stool to help with that. We've actually taken a look at this product. It's called the Step to Tub. These little bars right here go into clamps that clamp on the. So this is a very stable step stool to use. Yep, in and out of the tub.
Fabulous.
Yeah, and then one other thing that I wanted to show, and specific more for bathroom type of things, because this is a very short transfer board. Yeah, transfer board as far as short in length. So this is called a Beezy Board, and this is one of several different types of styles that they have, depending on what your need is. But this actually is a disc, and it slides across the board with the client, rather than the client actually sliding themselves, or the caregiver sliding themselves. So you get quite a bit of extra help in that, transitioning the client from, let's say, the toilet to the bath bench, or the toilet to the wheelchair, or something like that. So this is called a Beezy Board. Now,
Does that help you get out of the bed too?
it can, yeah, it certainly can. I don't know, it depends on the setup, whether you do something as short as this, but yes, the Beezy Board can be very helpful. The only thing is I always recommend that you have consultation on this, because this takes a little practice, but once you get the hang of it, this is so much more efficient. Than especially if you, the caregiver, has to do a lot of effort in getting that person across that sliding board. Yeah.
Well, it's just like any tool. We have to learn the right way to use it.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Our big message that we want to really send home here at Linda is that their occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy. Talk to your primary care physician. If you see something that you think might help you in your caregiving, talk to your primary care physician. Have them get you a referral. If you're concerned with mobility, you could talk to PT and OT. If you're concerned with activities of daily living, self-care, get a referral for occupational therapy. Yeah, home safety. Is your home safe? Get an occupational therapy to walk through the home and do a home safety evaluation. Don't be afraid to talk to your doctor about this stuff. And the therapists are there to help you learn how to use these pieces of equipment safely. That's
Right.
what we're here for.
Right, absolutely.
Thank you, my dear friends.
Oh, you're
Mhm.
very
Lovely
welcome.
having you as always. There are all sorts of comments. Go, you go. Oh, I didn't know about that. Great to see you. So we'll see you girls again tomorrow.
Okay, we'll
Sounds
see you.
good.
Thanks so much.
All right.
Have a delicious day.
You
Thank you.
too. Bye-bye.
Oh my goodness, they're just so fabulous. You have to go to their website and see all the different products and all the different things they have to offer. Or that, like I say, they don't sell it, other companies sell it, but they test them and they make sure that they really work before they put anything, because we know that our caregivers are vulnerable. And the information that I bring you in this conference and the presenters that bring the information to this conference are people that I implicitly trust, because we want to help you as much as we can. Like I said earlier, your caregiving journey can be the most horrific journey of your life or close to beautiful. So it's time for one more bathroom break if you want to go. And then we will be coming back. I am so excited with Dr. David Bernstein and Melissa Bernstein. And we're going to talk about the importance of connections and engagement for caregivers, the power of 5. They were part of the last conference and backed by popular demand. So don't go away. We'll be back in a little bit.